Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Star Bazaar and to a very exciting Jedi Fallen Order video. We just got our first leaked concept image of Jedi Fallen Order. It looks like a poster more than anything, and it actually came from Amazon.com. It was an image that was on a t-shirt, but if you search it up now, it's actually gone. So it looks like either EA or Respawn really cracked down on Amazon and got that leak taken care of. But fortunately, the internet is the internet, and we have the image still, so I figured that you and I could sit down and glance over it real quick. I took a minute to examine it myself, and I actually found some very interesting bits of information that could hint towards the plot or possible gameplay elements. So without further ado, let's check it out. So right away, in the foreground, we see our protagonist holding a blue lightsaber, and if you actually zoom in, it kind of looks like the lightsaber that we got in the tease posted by the EA Star Wars account on Twitter. It is hard to see because it gets blurry when you zoom in, but it does look close, and also you can see that our protagonist has a little droid buddy. Just like Luke has R2 and Iden has Dio, our protagonist in this game just has to have a droid, so that's pretty cool. And if you actually look at what the droid's light is shining on the face of the rock, there appears to be some runes that kind of look like those Jedi symbols that we saw on the image with the broken lightsaber hilt. Since it's confirmed that we're playing as a Padawan, it's assumed that our main character will probably not have very many Force powers, at least not Force powers that are developed very well. And since the Order has fallen, there will be no other Jedi to teach our Padawan how to use the Force. So this makes me wonder if maybe our Padawan is doing his own thing, going around from planet to planet and learning how to use the Force from these ancient Jedi texts and runes, and getting his droid buddy to help him decipher them. This could be a major gameplay element and tied to how our character progresses in the game, in terms of skills and Force abilities and stuff like that. Very interesting to think about. But speaking of Fallen Order, it looks like there is a fallen Star Destroyer in the background there, and it took me a little bit to figure out what this ship was, but I am 99% sure that this is a Venator-class Star Destroyer from the Clone Wars era Republic. If you compare this to an image of the backside of a Venator, you'll see that projection sticking out the same way, and where the engines are placed. It's basically exactly the same, so I'm fairly convinced that this is indeed a Venator, and I could be looking a little too far into it, but it also appears to me that our hero could be walking away from the Venator. As you can see, it's really off in the distance. There's actually some mountains there in front of the Venator, and then a lake leading to a river that we see in the foreground along with our protagonist, so it's pretty far off. But if you ask me, it does indeed look like that our hero could be walking away from it, which leads me to believe that maybe at some point in the story, or very early on, you're on board that Venator and you're being hunted down by TIE fighters, which you can see up in the sky there. There's even some behind the downed Venator in the background, so this does make me wonder if this isn't in fact a scene from the game. It is probably just concept art and may or may not actually end up being in the game, so we'll have to see about that, but it is very cool nonetheless. It really makes me wonder what planet that actually is. To me, it kind of looks like Ahsoka, and that would actually make sense if our hero is going around from planet to planet trying to read Jedi texts. I'm only saying it looks like Ahsoka based on the mossy green all over the rocks there next to the river. I don't see an ocean or anything like that, but regardless of where this specific planet is, this leaked image looks really cool, and even though we are getting our official look at the game in just 2 days, I'm glad this leaked. It's something to talk about, at least, in the meantime, while we wait for the official reveal. But let me know in the comments what you think about this image, guys. We're getting the official look of Jedi Fallen Order on April 13th at Celebration, so tune back into the Star Bazaar for all the official details when that drops. But that's going to be it for this one. If you guys like the video, you know what to do with that thumbs up button, and consider subscribing if you're new. I appreciate you guys stopping by the Bazaar. This has been your boy, Turkish Delight, and I'll see you all out on the battlefront. Peace.